Welcome back to day 2 of Changing the World with Silver. Now, what I'm looking for is the Silver Swan, because in order to change the world and get the world heading in the right direction, we need the common people to have the power. We need to flip the 1% on its head. Now, there's probably less than 1% that's got 99% of the money these days, which equals power, and we've got the local police that are corrupt. We've got the local governments that are corrupt. We've got the state governments that are corrupt. We have the federal government that is corrupt. We have road workers, and, well, the road workers aren't corrupt, but the companies they work for definitely are, because they've got all this money that we give them from our tax dollars, and the roads are shit, as we all know. So we need to change the system, and we can't stop relying on the government to do it for us. Not even Trump. I love him, but we have to take the power back in our own hands. And how do we do that? We get the silver. We get the silver into our own possession, and we stop this fiat money scam that has been going on since 1913, when the Federal Reserve was installed in the United States. And they just took the gold, said, oh, now it's worth $35, diminishing the value by quite a bit. And now gold's up at almost $2,400, but they're still messing with silver. Silver went up to $31.50, and then it just got pushed down $2 on Friday for probably a close that they wanted to see on the Friday night New York Stock Exchange. The COMEX is how it's all being manipulated, and we need to change that. And the only way to change that is if the people wake up and start buying silver and destroy the system. If there's no more silver to purchase online, boom, it's done. Silver goes through the roof in dollar terms, and the dollars are then not worth anything. And then the dollars that get paid out to all these corrupt institutions to mess with us isn't worth anything anymore. And the people that have the silver can set the rules. They can pay people to do them, for them, what should be done, which is things that are beneficial for this world. We can work out all the Hillary, crap later. And, one of the reasons I started making these videos is because of Greg Mannarino. He's got this show that he does on YouTube twice a day. And he said there's nothing we can do to stop the banks of international settlement from basically controlling the world, that we're never going to go back to a gold-backed currency, which is going to be gold, silver. But the banks have a lot of the gold, and I believe there's this worldwide consensus that, none of these big people like Elon Musk or George Soros or any of the federal governments around the world, any of the countries around the world, I think there's this mutual assured destruction clause, basically, that says you can't buy a lot of silver, otherwise this whole game is up. The central banks around the world are buying the gold, but they're not buying the silver, and the silver is the real game changer. There's something maybe 4 billion ounces of silver available in the world, because most of it gets, we've got about a 800 million ounce a year production from the mines of silver. And you'd think, oh, well, we've been doing that for a long time. We must have more than 4 billion ounces, because you get that in 5 years. But at least half of it gets put into electronics. The camera I'm using, the phone we use, the recorder I'm using to record my voice, everything needs silver. The batteries, the cars, everything needs silver to operate. Every electronic thing, including AI, including the video, which is so cool on the stock market these days. Get your money out of the stock market. Put it in silver. If we average $710 per person over 100 million people, we will own 2 billion ounces of silver, and there is no way that the market can withstand the people waking up and buying silver. The people need to wake up and buy silver to take the power back, because the money is the root of all evil right now, but we can change that. If the good people of this world that all just want a good life, and we just want to have a nice family, if they have the money, they can make the rules. Those who have the money make the rules. Let's make the rules in the benefit of the people. Now, 100 million people is only 1.4%, or maybe 1%, depending on how many people are on this planet. Maybe there's more than 7 billion people on this planet. Maybe there's 8 billion. Hello. So 20 ounces of silver a person. If we all went online today, start buying the silver. Just start buying the silver. If you see this video, start buying silver, and the world will change. We can control the money. The people can control the money. There's nothing saying that the people can't buy the money. And if it is spread over millions and millions of people, they can't go confiscate the silver. Buy one of those pew-pew things, you know. It's not that hard to do in the United States. Maybe other countries it's hard. But in the United States, we can do it. And there's 300 million people in the United States. So, hey, United States, 1/3 of you, if you buy 20 ounces of silver for, currently it would cost you $710 or $700, maybe a little less because the price went down. You can get it for like 30 bucks an ounce now. So that's only 600 bucks. Wow, we can change it already. Those manipulators on the COMEX say, hey, we're going to give you a discount. Now you only need $600 to buy 20 ounces of silver. So it just got easier. We could do 100 million people in the United States. 600 bucks. Change the world. That's it. You know? Let's make it the Silver Swan. Let's make this Silver Swan happen. When we can all communicate and say, hey, this is what we should do, this is what we shouldn't do. But in the meantime, we can just start making good decisions for our communities. I mean, the value of the silver needs to be changed. So we get it into our possession, boom, it changes. Because everybody realizes the only thing that's really worth anything is silver and gold. And the dollar is not based on any intrinsic value. It's just really been diluted to numbers on a screen when there's $34 trillion of debt that they say we have of US dollars, then really what is it worth? Nothing. So let's do this. Silver Swan. It's you can buy it for about $30 an ounce. I'll give you some websites. There's JM Bullion. And there's APMEX. And there is SD Bullion. Go on there. Put $700, $600 on your credit card today. Do whatever it takes. Let's get the silver. If you already got credit card debt, just put a little more on there. Not advocating it, but say this video gets 10 million likes. 10 million people, $600 a piece. The game is over. That's it. You know? That's it. So I'm going to keep getting better at these videos. Give me a comment. How many ounces of silver are you going to buy today? Let's do this.